Welcome back to Better Than Bowyer. Before we get into the episode, let's take a quick look at the Prediction League leaderboard. And if you aren't already taking part in the Prediction League, have a look in the description where there's a link to the instructions how to enter, as well as the next entry thread. So as you can see, Stafford Bantam's doing first. However, he's joined by Pablo, who racked up 7 points to move up to join first. Bantam 2708 falls 1 place to third, while R. Carroll falls 2 places to fourth. And River City Bantam falls 3 places to fifth, where he's joined by Rocket, who rises up 1 place. Top 10 separate by only 11 points though. And with that, let's roll the titles. Welcome back to Sky Bet League 2, and it's game week 25. Today's visitors to Valley Parade are Morecambe. They currently lie 22nd in the league, and their form has been pretty patchy. And before we go any further, let's take a look at what's happened in the news between the last two games. Team of the week was announced, and we had two players in it, McGee in goal and Middleton on the left wing. Next up, we got news of another injury, this time Jermaine Anderson, who's twisted his knees out for 6 to 9 days. We haven't really been using him, but we're racking up a fair few injuries, which is going to be a problem. Player of the month was announced, and Lee Novak picked it up. He has been in great form. 4 goals in 5 games, and he's got 7.72 average rating. And we also obviously had Manager of the Month awards, and once again, I won it. 100% record. Hopefully I keep picking these up, and we should win the league. Anyway, that's all the news since the last game, so let's go back to today's match. We are without Donaldson, who's got a twisted knee, and Benrich Everton is still out with the virus. They are missing Sam Novell. So the lineups we're going with are McGee in goal, Mellor, O'Connor, Powdy and Wood in defence, Pritchard and Cook in midfield, Middleton, DeVitt on the wings, McCartan and Novak up top, and we've got O'Donnell, Henley, Staunton, Reeves, Conley, Guthrie and Taylor on the bench. For team talk, let's go with, we'll go passionate, and we should be winning these ones. Would have liked a better response from that, but doesn't matter. Defence, we're going to go, I want you to give me a solid defensive display. And midfield, we're going to go to passionate again, and I want you to take control of this midfield. And attack, I want you to go out and get us some goals. That's at least motivated a couple of them. Vitt picks up the ball, drives forward, goes past the first man, cuts inside, shoots. Oh, unlucky there. This is a DeVitt we want to see a lot more of. He shows some real intelligence because the obvious option is to hit this space here. However, he sees McCartan running in that space as well, and he realises they were basically running into a cul-de-sac. So instead, he decides to target this defender here that's marking McCartan. The defender initially goes with McCartan, but has to go and cover DeVitt and gets caught in no man's land. And then DeVitt beats him with ease. McCartan actually makes him run the wrong side of the defender here, and it cuts off DeVitt's space, which forces him to take the shot. He uses McCartan as a shield and tries to curl it in the bottom corner. He can't beat the goalkeeper though, but it's a good play. Ready for a free kick on the left. Curls it into the box, and there's Cook gets there first and scores. We're 1-0 up after 6 minutes. So if the free kick about to come in, you'll see that Morecambe have Cook well defended, but he'll make a clever little move and get on the defender's blind side. And then he just has free space to head to the ball home. Take another look, this time from the sideline. You see what a good finish is. Perfect header. Keeper had no chance. Diego Agua in the middle of the park. Plays it forward to Letchsmith. Letchsmith drives forward. Plays out to Mendes Gomez. Mendes Gomez back in Letchsmith. Letchsmith looks up and switches out to the wing. O'Sullivan gets on the end of it. Can he get the cross in? He does. And Mendes Gomez! Connor's block stops a certain goal. Brilliant play. And McCartan gets on the end of the clearance. McCartan drives forward. Got 2 defenders ahead of him. The defender tries to tackle him, but he skips the tackle. Gets to the byline, crosses, Middleton free on the edge of the area, but his header's weak. Let's go back and have another look at that O'Connor block. You actually think Sullivan's overrun it, but Wood makes it easy for the cross. It's a good cross though, and then it comes to Mendes Gomez, and it's a great first time strike, but O'Connor's positioning is absolutely perfect, and he stops what is absolutely a clear goal because the keeper's not getting to it. Mellor picks up the ball, strides forward, and keeps going, and defender goes with him, but a second one comes across. That gives space. He plays it into DeVitt. DeVitt onto his left foot and strikes it, and the defender heads it clear. I think that was going in. Mellor with the throw. Goes long. Novak finds a space and shoots, and the keeper does well when Mabula gets rid of it. Would take the throw on the left-hand side. Goes into the box. Novak tries to win a header, but it's cleared out to Middleton. Middleton is tackled, but Middleton gets the loose ball. Goes out to Wood. Wood drives forward. Pulls it back to Middleton. Middleton tries to find Novak. He does. Plays it back to Cook. Cook shoots, and it's blocked, and then Middleton's shot, and the keeper with a good save. We've been all over Morecambe in his first 13 minutes. Should be more than 1 goal up. Middleton with the corner. He whips it in to the back post, and O'Connor's in acres, but can't keep his header down. Another wasted opportunity. Cook on the ball. Plays it sideways to Pritchard. Pritchard looks up and switches out to the wing. Middleton's got space to run into. The defender comes out to meet him, but Middleton gets past him and finds Novak. And Novak's header goes to the bar. Did well to get that yard of space, but can't control the header. Bit on the ball. Plays it to Cook, who then plays it to Pritchard and back to Cook. Cook now looks up and plays it out wide to Mella. Mella runs forward. Hits the early cross. Novak! Good save by the goalkeeper. Cook plays it square to Pritchard. Pritchard looks up, sees Mella's overlapping run, plays it to Mella. The cross, and it finds Novak, but this time right at the goalkeeper. Wasn't staying over the free kick. Whips it in the middle of the box, and what's going on there? Is it a penalty? I think it is. If we take a look at this behind the goal, it whipped in, and yes, there is a push by Mbula. If we slow it down and have a zoom in, it's a bit soft, but there is a push, definitely a penalty. So Novak steps up to take this penalty, steps back, strides forward, strikes it, and it's a good penalty. 2-0 us. Phillips on the break, drives forward into space. Nice ball into Let Smith. Let Smith is in, and good save by McGee. Saved Dow Bacon there. There you go, our good slice forward. O'Connor says himself into Mendes Gomez, and then Let Smith's shot is saved by McGee. Cook picks up the ball on the halfway line. He's all alone now. Strides forward. He's into the box. Takes a shot. Cooney blocks it, but Cook gets the ball back. Cooks with another shot, and keeper saves it, and Cooney clears it away. So at half time, we're 2-0 up. We've been dominating this game. 17 shots therefore, 9 on target, 2 clear-cut chances, but they've had 2 clear cuts as well. 67% of possession, 80% of our passes completed compared to their 58%, 100% of our tackles, and we've won 70% of headers. Cook has been our best player with a 94% pass completion ratio. But now it's time to ask that question we ask at every half-time. Is David the worst player on the pitch? And surprisingly, no, he's not. Connor Wood is this time. He's made 4 mistakes this half, and he's got 6.5 rating. So for the team talk, I'm going to go passionate and be I'm very pleased with performance, and everyone's motivated, so I'll leave it at that. A front piece with the ball. The hoofs sit long. Finds Cranston. Cook is in right back position for some reason and gives away a foul, and it's a penalty, and he could be in trouble there. What's the ref going to do? It's only a yellow, that's lucky. If you ever look at the overhead, you can already see how he got caught out. Meadows got caught upfield and is only jogging back. The fit is switched off and isn't even looking in the right direction to see the player running off the back of him. And Cook and one of the O'Connors are both marking a single player. And this leaves an easy ball by the goalkeeper into the space. And then once the keeper plays it, the attacker just has an easy run into the box. Keeper does Cranston no favours. Could have hit it more direct and anyway a direct run at goal, but it's a little bit wide, which means at this point, Cook's pretty much got it covered. He's only really got this ball and hope that this player on the edge of the box can find a yard of space. However, Cook decides to lunge in and makes a tackle he does not need to make. For a player of his quality, it's a silly mistake. From overhead, you see even more. Cranston's running wide, he's no threat, but he dives in and gives them a chance of getting back in the game. So up steps Phillips for the penalty, and he slots it home. Keeper couldn't get anywhere near it. With injury time, he got about half an hour left. So it's going to be a bit of a tough end to this match. Wood with the throw. Throws it forward and finds Milton. Milton plays back to Wood. Wood drives forward with it. He goes to take on his man, but Phillips does well and tackles him. Plays the ball down the line to Lee Smith. Lee Smith back inside to Phillips. Phillips and across to Brewitt. Brewitt with a long ball over, and he finds O'Sullivan, who's behind the defence. Goes past Powdy, and Connor Wood, good tackle there. And tweak the tactics a little bit. I'm going to move David central and play him as a shadow striker. See if we can get a bit more control in the centre. We're also going to use the fact he's got a good long shot on him, and we're letting him shoot a bit more, and we're letting him roam around a little bit. Phillips with the free kick, whips it in. Let Smith gets on the end of it, but McGee is safe hands and keeps it out. 74 minutes, time to make some subs. McCartan's coming off for a Guthrie. Carter's not really done much in this match. Connor for a free kick. Plays it short to Pritchard. Pritchard looks up. Looks to go long, but no, it's a nice first ball into the Vitt. The Vitt goes past his man. Strides forward. Plays it out to Mella, who's in space. Drives into the box. Looks to take on his man. Gets tackled, and Colin decides to take no risk and clears out for a corner. Middleton staying over it. Looks for the back post. O'Connor gets there first and keeps saves him, but Cook puts in the rebound. Cook made up for that penalty he gave away. 12 minutes left and we're back in control. The corner comes in, put in a really dangerous area. But at this point, O'Connor had no right winning this ball. He's got 2 men around him, but he manages to leap above them, get to the ball first. It's a really good header that's going in, but the defender does well on the line to clear it. But Cook reacts before anyone else and just taps it home. 3-1, and we should see this game out now. Okay, time for a sub. Cook is on a hat trick, but we're not going to risk getting him injured, so bring on Reeves. And I think we'll probably switch these two around. And then the final sub will take off Middleton, and we'll bring on Conley, and we'll put Conley over this side instead. Pits with the corner, whips it into the back post, but Howdy heads it clear. Novak picks up the loose ball. He's driving forward. Pritchard is ahead of him. He places it to him. Pritchard takes on his defender, cuts inside, and plays a wonderful ball in Novak. Novak's touch is awful, though. Howdy sent him the free kick. Plays it short to Wood. Wood inside, then to Reeves. Reeves finds DeVitt. DeVitt then back to Wood. Wood takes on defender. Holds the ball up. Crosses. Novak! Oh, that was a good looping header, but the keeper does well. So when Wood finds himself on the ball here, they've actually got quite a good defensive lineup. As he's about to put the cross in, if we have a look, they have 4 defenders back, creating quite a good line. And then they have a spare man on the edge of the box. The most obvious ball is to this player on the edge of the box. Wood can either whip it into here, or he whips it close to the 6-yard box and uses the fact that the attacker has a run on the defender, hopefully to win the ball. However, he's not going to take the easy option. He's actually going to look for Novak, who's found a little bit of space here between these 2 defenders. Wood then puts an absolute perfect cross into him. He gets shot there first to the header, but this is a really good save by the keeper. It's going in, looping over him, but he gets good hands on it and takes control. Jane on the ball, looks up, plays it out to Conlan. Conlan has space down the wing to attack, but decides to cut inside. Cross it over Sullivan, and Sullivan down to Phillips. McGee parries Phillips' shot around the post. If we take a closer look, really good strike by Phillips, but McGee is aware and it's really strong hands. Okay, this should be the last action of the match. Wood have taken the throw. Are we going to go long? And it does, and it's cleared out. And Stockton gets onto it, and the ref blows the final whistle, and we rack up another win. So for Team Talk, let's go passionate and say, well done, lads, and that's motivating them all. Stats-wise, you will see we had 23 shots to their 12. However, clear-cut chances, it was 3-3, so it was a lot closer. We dominated possession at 60%. We did well on our passes completions on 83%. 95% of tackles won, and we even won 60% of our headers. Our best player was Callum Cook, who got an 8.8. Carton, though, struggled. He only got 6.5. The only thing when you look at the player stats, that mistakes column has a lot of numbers in it. And Callum Wood made 7 in one match, which is awful. And we only created 2 chances for ourselves in the whole match. We're going to have to do better than that in the upcoming matches. So the other scores in the league, 16th place Mansfield went to 9th place Cambridge and beaten 4-1. That moves Mansfield up 1 place and drops Cambridge 1 place as well. Colchester beat Crawley 4-0. It's a bad day for Crawley, who started this day in 3rd place. They're the man sent off on the way to a 4-0 loss to Colchester. That drops Crawley down 2 places to 5th, while Colchester move up a place to 4th. Crewe beat bottom place Carlisle 3-0. That moves them up 2 places to 8th. 2nd place Forest Green won 2-0 against Exeter City. Grimsby Town won 1-0 at home against Salford. 4th place Cheltenham went to Newport County and got a 1-0 win, which moves them up to 3rd place. Northampton's 1-0 win at Stevenage moves them 1 place further away from the relegation spot. Oldham beat Scunthorpe 1-0 and move up 1 place. It was 6th versus 7th in the Plymouth-Swindon game, and it ended 2-2. Took a 93rd minute equaliser from Grant to rescue a point for Plymouth, though. Port Vale beat Macclesfield 1-0, and Walsall and Leyton Orient drew 0-0. So for our next match, we've got our FA Cup tie against Mansfield. We'll show you the highlights of that in the next episode. Our next league match, though, is away against Swindon. That will be played on Monday, 20th July at 8 p.m. BST. Link to the entry thread for that match is down in the description, as are instructions of how to enter if you haven't entered before. And with that, if you could subscribe and drop this video a like, that would be much appreciated. And we will see you next time.